you were just horrible.
I didn't like that you stayed dead this arc. What?
He beat the girl.
Hey guys, welcome back to Bizarre Anime Vibes. I'm your host Jofu, and I'm here with
Rip Knights.
And in today's episode, we are here to talk about the most recent season of My Hero Academia, Season 6, which accompanies the War Arc and the Vigilante Arc.
Some of the best written materials that you've ever seen in My Hero Academia, just butchered because of time constraints, writing and pacing, a lot of factors.
Sure, something like that. But before anything, we just want to say thank you to all of you guys who like, subscribe, comment, any of that. Without that, we wouldn't be here today. And so yeah, we appreciate it. And of course, don't forget to colossal smash that like button to stay up to date with all our latest stuff. Without that out of the way, is there anything you want to say? Or
Really not much, but I'm curious though. How is your day going today?
It's happening. Tired, but it's a work day, so of course it is.
That's true. We are in the middle of April right now, so
Yeah, it's more near the end, but we're about to be done with school. Finals are wrapping up.
Oh yeah, finals. Finals is a whole statement right there. It brings you PTSD, but it also brings you happiness because you're finally getting over with.
Something like that.
But we're also like, if you're failing with like a 33 in a forensics class, finals might be your only hope.
Sounds like a personal problem because nothing coming close to that right now. A's and B's.
Oh really? Oh, I know. I was dealing with a genius here.
I'm dealing with an average student.
What am I then?
Below average.
Oh.
That being said, I guess we're ready to jump into it, so let's do it.
Alright. I'm starting this one off.
Yeah, I had a feeling you wanted to talk about this one.
Okay. Vigilante Deku. My god, you were just horrible. Horrendous for the eyes. Absolutely, I wanted more from you. You could have been so much longer. There was so much material there. There's so much things you could have dived into. All Might's inability to help you. Endeavor having to grow up and ever so the responsibility of him trying to redeem himself. Hawks just actually feeling like a character, not just a person who's just there to monologue and tell you what's going on. Best Genius being there. I mean, granted, I visually did not care for Best Genius at all. And Deku himself, who I wanted him to be Vigilante Deku. Or is that the new name, or is it called Edgy Deku?
Whichever one.
Vigilante Deku just, I guess, has a ring to it. Like, I wanted more of that for a longer period of time, and also the way, how fast he was forgiven is also gonna bother me a little bit, because how do you go from one scene of him being outside, yelled at, Uraraka doing one of the coolest, greatest speeches, like, all time right there, or at least for the My Hero Academia series, to them being the bath and everything just feels all forgiven. Of course, Kaminari coming with that quote saying, this is all fresh in memory. I recently just watched this, last Sunday because I was watching dub.
I've read the manga and I've watched the anime, so I have an interpretation of both sides of it.
So you can kind of, I guess you can see, I'm excited for Season 7 because, I know the last episode kind of, teased towards this new lady who was,
Number one hero in America. Stars and Stripes.
Yes. I'm kind of excited about her because I don't know, I feel promise with her.
Her introduction leaves an impact, I'll say that.
Really?
It leaves a strong impact.
Season 7 better not butcher this, I'm hoping. So throughout the whole entire list of complaints I just mentioned, is there anything else I might be missing when it comes to complaints?
I will say this, it is going to stay rushed. Horikoshi straight up admitted that he's rushing the ending of My Hero.
Wait, did this start? When did he start rushing?
Vigilantes.
I see.
It's way too short. I agree on that aspect. I think it's I've said this before and I'll say it again. First 3 seasons of My Hero is best My Hero. First 3 seasons unmatched.
Oh yeah.
It
automatically peaked with All For One versus All Might.
The first time I felt like it's been close to that, well, there's a few times, but this most recent Vigilante arc felt like not the same vibes as early My Hero, but how good it was. It feels the same.
When it comes to the quality, I'll give you that.
But with how rushed it is, it feels poor. Because early My Hero did feel rushed, but it also, in terms of if you look at how fast everything's moved, it is rushed. But it's not rushed. I say rushed, but it's just really fast. But it's paced well. It's paced
Okay.
perfectly where literally doesn't waste time on unnecessary stuff. Second, you get what you need from that arc, from that character, we're moving on.
Like it doesn't feel like this filler. It feels as if like they
I,
have a deadline. They not deadline,
mhm.
but they have an end goal.
Yeah. And it's like we're just here to do what we need to do, or we're here to say what we need to say. And this arc felt like that, but too rushed. Like there was more it was teasing that we didn't get.
There was more that could have been said and more that could have been done with like
Mm-hmm.
the biggest one I'm always gonna kind of just feel upset with is All Might's potential. Like he has so much potential to like it just happened in like 5 minutes when he stopped being a essentially. And then he grew up and
Calling All Might a bitch is insane.
okay, skinny All Might, like because of Stain, which again Stain was the MVP, I say. Stain did
You're good.
like for the short time he was there, Stain did what he needed to do. He felt like he was the best part, at least of All Might's journey, for the Vigilante arc. And Vigilante Deku, of course, that's probably his. I can go on
Well,
about
wait,
him.
what was your favorite part of the whole arc?
My favorite part, the visuals. It finally feels like a step in the right direction compared to what we would give us like during the war arc. The visuals, I love the nighttime aesthetic, and the
Okay.
whole entire battle with Vigilante
Don't get
Deku.
me started on nighttime aesthetic and how they it didn't even have to be nighttime. It's just brown, gray skies. Something that wasn't a bright blue sky.
A blue JPEG.
Literally like brown skies. Like it's like I don't know, I haven't seen Naruto, but when Homeboy attacks with the giant rock,
Oh no,
isn't it
it
like
changes.
brown?
Oh no, it changes.
It's like giant brown like sky, right?
We're talking about orange hair, dude.
I don't know. I just know there's a scene where they drop a giant rock.
Oh, Mater. Oh yeah, that wasn't the same. Yeah, because after that, everything changed. It was all sandy and yellow and brown.
Rocky just disintegrated an entire city. Yes, I understand he didn't level it. He disintegrated it so there's no remains. But
But
you're
that's still
telling
like a
me,
dust cloud.
and they just made it like, haha, sunshine. I get it's supposed to start. Even just rainy. You know what I mean? Dark clouds.
They honestly, rain would actually made a lot of sense because clouds
I'm
and
thinking they couldn't have literally done rain because Endeavor, but like,
oh, because that
if,
would nullify.
yeah, just a cloudy day. If you wanted to say, like, even a thing where, like, at the start of the arc, it's super sunny because it's a normal day, and then it looks like, oh, there's gonna someone mentions, like, it's gonna be cloudy later on or something. A storm's on its way.
Yeah,
But instead, let's have.
bright blue skies.
I'm repeating myself. I don't want to continue talking about that, but like, yeah, the visuals were great. But what I really meant to ask was, what was your favorite moment?
Favorite
Mhm.
moments
Not from a visual, but like story wise.
when Deku was able to go against Muscular again.
Hmm,
That one I felt giddy. I felt
that's a word
absolutely
and a half.
giddy. Like even though in the opening it kind of like spoiled Muscular a little bit,
How so?
because like it was after like Deku flies through the window, comes in, and then you see the visual of like a man starting from like bones,
Yeah,
and then
they show musculars in the
but granted
season, but they didn't show he gets one shotted.
that part. You want me to show me? You want to show me that Deku has progressed as a hero? Easily. That's all you have to show me.
Homeboy had to use 1,000,000% to 45.
Like precision and like he saw the and also granted he even mentioned like because that guy who does the vibration powers his quirk it helped weaken his muscles to the point where he was like his brain is still active and he was able
He's
to
still
use
Deku.
that like brilliant and then of course it goes downhill from there. I think it went downhill.
Personally, my favorite moment was Class 1A versus Deku.
I think that could be extended a little bit.
Definitely could have been extended, but I liked it for what it was. With the exception of Naval Laser and Invisigirl. And
And
there was one more. Um,
well, no, the animal person did something.
everyone,
Mineta even the woman Mineta confessed.
Mineta confesses love. But no, I believe it was 17 out of the 20. No, Todoroki didn't. That's who. No, he did, right?
Yeah, no, he froze him.
Who was it then? There was three people. It was Aoyama, it was Hakagure, and there was one more.
Who didn't do anything?
Was it Tokoyami? No, Tokoyami talked to him.
No, Tokoyami like covered in black shadow or dark
Oh
shadow.
yeah, who was it?
Electro Dude was there. Animal Dude was there.
Hiroshima talked to him.
Momo was there.
It was a dude, I'm pretty sure.
It was a dude that wasn't there. Tail Dude was there too.
Hmm.
Invisigoro, she was there. I don't remember Laser Guy doing much.
Yeah, Laser and Invisible Girl didn't do anything.
I mean, Visitor was there, but Laser Dude, I didn't see him, to be honest. Or maybe he was there, probably arresting the
No,
villain.
he was with Aizawa, or not Aizawa. He was with All Might, whoever it was. They were talking to the heroes, those three, and they were like while all the students were fighting.
Okay. I can't even think of a.
There was, I swear, there was three people. I remember when it was all happening. Three characters were talking to Endeavor while the class was talking and fighting with Deku, and I was like, these three didn't do anything. Kirishima did do something when they showed up at the end. Invisible Girl and Mina didn't do shit, or not Mina. Hakagure didn't do anything.
Yeah, pretty much, I guess.
Hmm.
I guess, I just didn't remember that part.
So I like that because it's showing that they do have these bonds that they are remembering.
It's not just forgotten in time,
Hmm.
like never to be brought up again.
Hmm.
Okay, if that's your favorite, then what was your least favorite? The Vigilante arc, specifically.
The Hawk stuff,
Hawks?
not his backstory, but just
I like the
I
backstory
just
part.
didn't like the heroes what they were doing.
Like how they were using him as bait.
No, I just didn't like how the heroes didn't do anything. Like I thought the Best Genius was fine, weirdly enough. Like he was going around with his car and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
But I hated how Hawks and Endeavor kind of just
Like
were,
they're big players in the
but they
game.
weren't doing anything in this arc. They were just there to like monologue and give their backstories, which is great. Like Hawks' backstory is great and all that, but like I don't know, they just felt boring. Also,
Yeah.
the fact he lost his voice and he doesn't have his quirk, he just felt like, oh, we need to have him here, so let's just have him be dialogue.
I mean, granted, yeah, I mean, but it's also like, like the three cycles of storytelling. You make a problem, make a
Hmm.
solution, and then you make a ramification for solving that solution.
I
And
guess.
then that's like how usually that's where I see like with storytelling, like first, yeah, there's a problem, there's a solution, and then
So
there's
what
a
would it be in this case?
so the problem was back like all the way back in season 5, Hawks had to stop the
Yeah,
villains, and then of course the solution was
kill
um
twice.
kill twice and then fought back, and then ramification is now he's nerfed, heavily nerfed. So
He's
now,
coming back.
well, no, like not heavily nerfed, but like his nerf for this arc.
I guess, but that's why I'm saying it felt like unnecessary to have his character around.
Oh,
Like
yeah, no, he could have
I
been
wish he was
somewhere
in the
else.
hospital healing. Like it felt like everything he was saying someone else could have done. The only thing that mattered for him was his backstory.
I kind of wish he was just doing what he was doing before, just in the back.
I wish he was doing what Aizawa was doing.
Oh, healing. Yeah,
Exactly.
basically.
We just get a scene of him in the hospital and he gives his backstory like to the audience and then
Yeah,
or Endeavor and them show up to talk to him.
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
guess Night. I guess I still don't like Night Eye's character, like what he did in this arc. I still feel like
Who?
not Night Eye. Wait, my bad.
I might be like, Naida hasn't done a lot of things for a lot of arcs.
Okay, the
Telling you don't like a dead man for being dead in an arc is insane.
he could have
I was
done
like,
more.
I didn't like that you stayed dead this arc. What?
I'll hold that out. I'll hold that out. Who I meant to say, of course,
Best
was
Genus?
yes,
There you go.
Genus could have done a lot more. And now I kind of, we're talking about the pro heroes. I'm gonna probably bring in the biggest complaint that I have is All Might. Like
Yeah, well, he's not a pro hero no more, but
that man still has the pro. Do you remember how he stared down those two people? Like, okay, it was in the beginning. He was delivering to go give Deku his lunch. Then his car got someone like exploded, and he had to leave the car. And then he just faced down two villains, no powers, and made them shit themselves.
yeah, but what happens when you fight someone with a really strong quirk, like muscular?
I
And
mean,
when all the prisons, right now, all their prisoners are out on the streets.
that's why he put out the gun and prayed at everything. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in a world where people can literally create muscles in seconds so they can extend their flesh from their real body, I think you're not really doing much with a gun.
you could just flex like your All Might and then GG.
Oh, you're All Might? Damn, so if I kill you, it'll be even better for me in terms of recognition. Like, what?
Okay, fine, fair enough, fair enough. Actually, this kind of reminds me. You know what? I've been dogging on it. I do have a couple positives. When Deku snaps. When Deku snapped after they went to the mansion to try to fight All for One, and then All for One said, "You
Gotcha.
are." Well, that, and also he said like what All Might said to Deku, saying like, "Now it's your turn."
Hmm.
And then how pissed off Deku, and then Deku just went on a tyrant. Every session that came for Deku, he beat him like 2 hits.
Yeah.
Like, and then he just basically tortured the living hell out of all of them.
Torture.
Well, maybe. Academia not like as bad as probably like other characters been tortured, but like he made them talk. That part I kind of I wish we saw it a little bit, not just seeing the after effects, but also it does add for suspense.
I
That
think Deku versus Lee in the game was one of the highlights.
that's very much a highlight. That's why I have nothing bad about that fight.
Actually, I do have a negative.
What overall being there?
I didn't like how fast Deku was unlocking all his powers.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that because Black Whip it took so long.
Then
It
we
felt
got
earned.
then we got Float, and then we got all this Danger Sense. Then we
Well,
got Smoke Screen. Then we got the one where he's pumping up, and then like I'm like, where is all this coming? Like they did have the thing where he talked to the people,
yeah, and
but
they
again,
like
it just feels rushed.
okay, float makes sense
Mm-hmm.
because it happened in the middle of like he was in a stressful situation with the war and he needs something to
Yeah, he
keep.
awakened, I guess.
That one I'll give to him. Black Whip obviously I'll give to him. Um, the only ones I won't give to him is Smokescreen and the kinetic thing where you build up the kinetic energy. Those two I don't think he earned those. I purely were rushed just for the sake of having it.
Mm-hmm.
And also the fact that his body didn't get tired. It really feel like his body did not get tired.
What
Even
happened?
though like the users of One for All said, if you keep using my power recklessly, you're gonna endanger your life and like lose health and maybe like be unconscious. He didn't. He beat the girl. Okay, out of
Yeah.
context, not bad. He beat the assassin. Um, After he beat the assassin, he just felt fine and moved on. And it was only tiring after he took on Class 1A.
Yeah, but okay, let's go back to that. You said you didn't like how it was handled.
Yes.
I think it was perfect.
Which part was perfect?
Class 1A versus Deku, and like the afterwards.
Oh no, okay, that I'll give you that. Like from there on, there was a little bit some positives.
More
Though
specifically,
I don't want the best scene.
I'll say this. Um, My Hero's always been like a sweet, fun little, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
obviously, season 6 has taken a darker turn. You can even debate season 5 did, but season 6 definitely took a more darker turn in terms of the story itself. So for the bat scene for happen, I like it because it's kind of reminding you this is still My Hero. You know what I mean? This is still they're still students, they're still whatever. And I think specifically after what is it called, Uraka's speech and giving what is it, giving closure to Deku in the sense of like you're welcomed here. You don't have to fear that anymore. It would have been weird if they just continued with the edge. It's like no, we did. You're in now. Remember, this is your back at UA. Remember how we were? Instead of like Deku's like,
Okay.
yeah, thanks guys, I really appreciate. Like, what the get out of here, Todoroki. Like, you know what I mean? Season
I
2
mean,
Todoroki
yeah.
or season 1, whatever.
Okay, but it would have been at least nice to see him readjust back into it, and just him instead of him just like
Bro, he
pop
passed
a
the
one.
fuck out.
Yeah, and then fell asleep and all that. Yes, because he was exhausted.
Yeah,
But it would be nice to see him like walk back into the classroom or walk back into the school and
warm.
and then feel like you see like I wanted like what I kind of wanted was like kind of a cool lighting effect where you see him coming out into the light.
Well, we don't all get what we want now, do we? No,
Uh,
but I see what you're saying.
it would have been nice. It would have been nice. Also, but the one part I did like actually, I'll give credit to this. The way Deku woke up from his nap, I liked it because it showed that he was still like in his mind, he's not physically, like mentally over it. Like he still has PTSD from All for One said, and he immediately lashed out and pulled out Black Whip.
I think, by the way, to go back to what you said about the whole lighting thing, I think we did get that. Uraraka's speech and everyone running over to him to check on him. That was his, you're welcome back here. And by showing, like you just said, the black whip when he fell asleep, it's showing that he's still cautious, but he can also feel at home. Because the whole time he was like, that's literally what they gave us that scene was for. Where Uraraka was convincing everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, he was like, I should go. But then it's like, no, we're not giving up that easy, etc., etc. And then by the end, it literally, this scene went white and had all the characters that he helped throughout the past few seasons come up to, like, check on him. His mom, Coda, the animal girl.
You're right.
And
Yeah,
then that scene went to white and he's crying and breaking down because he realized he's home, he's welcome.
I'll give you that. I guess
That's what
they
that was.
they did. I guess maybe they could have done a little bit more.
I think, no, it was, I mean, that's how you see it, but, like, for me, the fact that literally everyone was telling him to get the fuck out of here, and then Uraka gave that speech, And even then, he was still hesitant during the speech because people were not backing down. And then finally, they broke through. For me, at least, that's what I'm saying. It felt like they transitioned that, like, I'm not welcomed here to I can relax again. And then immediately jumping to the bat scene. Yes, it did feel off, but I think it was purposely supposed to be like, okay.
It's supposed to be feel like
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, did you forget what anime you're watching? This isn't no Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, get over here, have some fun.
alright.
Also, like they said, a bath is the best way to cleanse yourself. There's another thing that I want to talk about, which was the implications and setup it has for the next season. I think this arc did a really good job of setting up what's to come up of like season 7, 8, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, with like how they
Mhm.
ended like the final episode.
Yeah, I think they did that, and they also like were teasing it the whole time with like League of Villains, with Davi, All for One, all that stuff, well, without giving away too much.
Yeah, because I still remember the final scene was just kind of like everyone was sitting at a board saying like, "Look, I cannot distribute all these my heroes from my
Mm-hmm.
country to Japan because then we'll
They
be
said Homegirl already left, and you met her before.
I have."
You don't know it yet, but I'll show you the scene if you want. But you met her once. So yeah, the whole thing is very minor spoilers for the My Hero manga. Minuscule, doesn't affect the story in any way. But recently, in one of the chapters, there was a panel that showed a ton of the movie characters. The girl from the first one, whose like daughter worked, whose father worked with All Might, who gave Deku the brace. The twins from the second movie from that island, Rhodey.
Oh,
All of them showed up in a panel. Not like that you didn't see their face, but it was like it was obviously them. So the fact that he's saying by putting them in the manga, they're canon.
but the events in the movie are not canon.
You could say they are because they don't hurt the story in any way.
But they'll never
You
be
can see them as
referenced
like
again.
other. I mean, he did by having the characters there.
No, they'll be never referenced what happened though.
What did I just show you?
Yeah, that no, like as in like they're never gonna mention that Deku and the whole group been kidnapped by this guy who can control metal.
But probably not. But also they did show
Yeah, they showed I guess the part of like All Might saving the little
in
girl.
the manga they showed it again. So I'm saying next season you're gonna see that scene again, and it's canon now. The season 6 as a whole, it's horrible. But at least in the first half. But the second half honestly felt really good, and I enjoyed watching week to week. Also, this goes without saying, new opening is the best My Hero opening. Don't at me.
No, I can't argue with
It's
that.
Eve.
It's okay. Even if it wasn't Eve, okay, fine. It's knowing that it's Eve, a little bonus, but also maybe Eve is maybe he made like a one-off bad song. He
This was not it.
this was not that's exactly what he did not. So I can't really argue with that. Like okay, maybe a little debate on opening two. I like opening two.
You know who made that one?
Yeah, the one who made Chainsaw Man.
Yup. No else. No else. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Bizarre Anime Vibes. Before you guys head out, one more time, don't forget to colossal smash that like button to show your support and stay up to date with all our videos by subscribing. Is there anything you want to say? Choose your words carefully.
Season 7, don't let us down.
All right. With that being said, you guys have a nice one. Take care. See ya.